day a package came in the mail for me, and I was really excited. I wasn't sure what it was, and then I remembered that a friend had told me that they had sent something for me. And this is from my good buddy Andy, Stony Brook Bushcraft. And I just had no clue what this is. And so I saw there was a little note in there, and he had wrapped up a couple of things carefully. And I was just really excited to see what he had in store for me. So he wrote me a really nice note, and I'll just keep that private to myself. So I opened up this first package, and it was wrapped really well in bubble wrap, and wondered what in the world could this be. Kind of felt that it might be wood, and I was excited because Andy's really a good wood carver, and I was hoping that he had carved me something because I've always wanted one of his carvings. And sure enough, look at this. He carved this beautiful cross, and at first I thought this was cedar, and it had an interesting smell, but it turns out that this is yew wood. And English yew is one of my favorite woods. It's very historic. It's what the bows were made out of, English longbows, and famous battles like the Battle of Agincourt were won by English bowmen carrying yew bows. And then there's this sword peasant knight that he sent along that's just deadly sharp. And I was just really tickled to get this. I like those knives a lot. And Andy, thank you so much. He's very generous. It's kind of cool. I got a cross and a knife in my hands. So I guess I'm ready for vampires or something like that. So Andy, thank you for your kindness and generosity. Awesome gifts and kind words. So are you interested in looking at some guns? Got a new rifle the other day, and had a chance to take it out and shoot it. Man, it was so fun. And so I want to show you, if you probably saw just there in the intro a little picture of it, and so I want to just show a couple pictures and talk about that, and also one of my sidearms, a Beretta pistol that I have. And then I'd like to just show a couple random pictures of my trip to Africa. I was in Africa 2 weeks ago, got home, just been working and super busy. I haven't been able to be on YouTube much. And then tomorrow I head out for Sao Paulo, Brazil, where I'll be working down there for about 2 weeks. So I'm just kind of a crazy traveling man for right now. So check out these guns and tell you a little bit about them. I've always wanted an AR-15, and the other day I stopped by a gun shop and picked this one up. It's made by a company called Palmetto State Armory, and the gunsmith at the gun shop told me that he's very impressed by this brand, uses some Colt parts, and is really dependable. It's got this 3x9 Nikon scope on it, which helps my eyes, which are getting a little old, and it's a great shooter. I'm having a great time with it. I can take this out in the woods sometime soon and take a video of how it shoots. Another gun that I'd like to show you is this pistol, this PX4 Beretta Storm. This is a subcompact, and I enjoy shooting a lot. Just wanted to show you some photos of what it looks like, and then do a little video clip describing this gun to you. You can see that this is a subcompact, semi-automatic, double-action pistol. And it's great for concealed carry, but a little bit chunky and heavy because of how many rounds go in it. So we'll just drop the clip, make sure that we're empty and safe. And so one of the things I like about this Beretta is that it is double action, but it's not double action only like some other pistols. So in other words, you can squeeze the trigger and fire it double action. And when you are ready to shoot again, the hammer is cocked back like that for single action. So the trigger pull is very crisp and light and fires like that. So the double action also cycles very easily. It's got a little bit of a long trigger pull, but not as long as some of the Rugers and other guns like that. And I think it also adds to the safety of this particular weapon. Because it's difficult to accidentally shoot. Beretta also has a ambidextrous decocking safety on it, which I like very much. So if you were carrying it, it was cocked like this, and you move the safety down, the hammer goes down too, but the safety blocks the hammer like that so that you're not having to let the hammer down, which can be dangerous, especially if you've got one in the chamber. So anyway, that's one little gun that I really like. It's a great shooter. You can see my hands aren't huge, but they're kind of squared, blocky, and that little extension there on the magazine is a big help for this pistol when it shoots. But just a very reliable gun and a fun shooter. A little extra bulk to it. You know, you can see it's kind of fat because it's got a double stack magazine. This clip holds 13 rounds. See if I can get where you can see it there. 13 rounds. And then one in the pipe. So it's pretty amazing that you could have a subcompact like this that holds 14 rounds. Pretty amazing. So I have, shot this a lot. So far I have nothing but good things to say about this, and good things, that I've heard from other friends who have them too, and reviews. Feeds flawlessly, shooting all kinds of different ammunition. I've never had a jam, and it's been a lot of fun. It's the gun I used when I got my concealed carry license and shot at the range. Just a great gun to test with, and a fun shooter. I had a great time in Africa. On this trip I went to Kenya and Uganda, and a big part of what we did was interview some of our partners. We went to an area where I've started with my organization, about 500 businesses, and met some of our clients, heard their stories. I mean, it was just super encouraging to see people who have nothing and you loan them a little bit of money. I'll show you a picture here in a moment of a lady that we worked with. She's crippled, wears a kind of just a real crude brace on one of her legs, and was unemployed. We took her through business training, loaned her $65, and she started a little store. And not only has she paid the money back, but for the last 2 years she's been supporting her family. And she told us she was so proud. She told us that she has 5 times the amount that we loaned her just in inventory in her little store in the market. So you'll see I'm in a picture with her buying some tea. And then I got to look at a piece of land that we bought in Uganda to plant some trees on. And there was some cool, just as I was walking through kind of the, it's not jungle, but the woods there, and looking around as we got closer to our land, there was all kinds of plants and things that were growing, some different kinds of fruit and coffee and stuff like that. And so I'll show a couple pictures of that, and see if you can name all of the plants that I show in this video. They were not on our property, but just before we got to our property I saw these growing, and so I'll be interested to see if someone can guess what they are in the comments down below. So everyone have a great weekend.